the greatest mistake you make that chases away your potential lovers. What is it? Welcome to Dr. Love's show. This is Dr. Love Hilary Joseph Bainemigisha. I welcome you to my at Dr. Love 256. This is a space where we shall be conversing, talking about love on a daily basis. This is a space where you're free to ask me all the questions and I will get time to answer them. Today, and this is all the crusade to bring back life, happiness in love, and then bring back love in hearts, and bring back those hearts in their proper positions. We want to reduce heartbreaks, and if a heartbreak happens, we want the recovery to be faster, smoother, and easier, and leave no scaring scars. Welcome to the time of love. Many of us don't understand why we love someone so much, but this someone doesn't see it. We don't understand why we invest everything we have in love, but someone still wants to go. We don't understand why your lover leaves you for someone so inferior in terms of money, in terms of education, in terms of public stature. Why? Many times we say that our lovers have a problem. Many times we say love has a problem. But my friend, sometimes it is you who don't even have a problem, but you're making a mistake. This is the mistake I want to shed light on you. And the biggest mistake is to ignore our gender differences. And ladies and gentlemen, my friends, pay attention, buckle up, get your pens, get your paper. Let us go through a journey of love, of gender differences. In this book, launched last year in December, it's called Experts 100 Strategies for Love. I explore a whole chapter 3 on love differences, on gender differences. I gave examples, I went slowly, I illustrated how we are different. The problem today is that men and women do the same work. We can drive buses. I saw women driving buses. We can fight at the front line. Fighting used to be a men's work, but women now fight. We have generals in the UPDF who are women. We lift heavy weights. Women lift heavy weights. What don't women do? They do everything we do. Borders, they ride. Taxis, they ride. So people think there is no difference between, yes, in terms of our functionality, but in terms of our wiring, in terms of our perceptions, in terms of our biological makeup, in terms of our love expression, love understanding, love appreciation, even in terms of the way the love hormones work, where they are produced, how they move, is totally different depending on whether you are a man or a woman. So, in this book I tell you a story. I had a small accident. I knocked one time, some time ago. I had 2 young kids. One was a girl, one was a boy. So when we knocked someone, my son said, "Is our car damaged?" But my daughter said, and they all at once, "Is the man dead?" So the female tendency to watch out for life, even if it's not ours, could be seen. The man's tendency to pursue what is hierarchy, what belongs to us, could be seen in that freezing accident. And these are things that demonstrate how different men and women are. So, Usually to get the right answer, you need the right diagnosis. To get the right solution, you need the right diagnosis, the right measure. So therefore, when you say, my girlfriend did this, she's such a terrible person, could I do it if I were her? Of course you couldn't do it, because you are not a woman. There is a way women do their things, and to understand it, you need to be a woman. You need to think like a woman. You need to feel her shoes, her stiletto, high heels, and start thinking like a woman. That's when you understand women. I have told you earlier that to catch a butterfly, you need to learn how it flies. To impress women, you need to understand them, how they perceive phenomena, how they make judgments, how they appreciate, how their systems work. To understand a man, you need to understand men, how they work, how they perceive phenomena, how they express themselves. So, I'm going to show you the differences. I begin with a hypothetical theory. Psychologists believe that, evolution psychologists believe that if you get children, young boys, out of society, at the age before they have started being influenced by society, by socialization, and you take them to an island to live alone, when you come back after 6 months, you'll find these boys have organized themselves in a hierarchy. There is number one, who is the leader of the whole pack. And the reason he's a leader is because he has bullied everyone into submission. So he leads the pack, he decides what they do, when they do it, who does it, who doesn't do it. And they all believe in him. No one makes a decision without him. That is the hierarchy. Hierarchy means that there is the alpha male concept. The alpha male concept began in zoology actually. The researchers observed that in animals which live in packs, there is usually a leader who decides the direction they go, a leader who decides whether they fight when they are attacked or they flee, a leader they all look up to. That is the alpha male. The alpha male has rights to every female in that pack, but he has his favorite which no one can take. He has number two, who deputizes the alpha male. He has sexual rights to every female except the favorite of number two. So these rights come with duties. These duties come with rights. So the alpha male concept exists in this hierarchy, that number one, all men are positioned in a hierarchy. Number one, number two, number three, and everyone wants to go a notch above in hierarchy. When I am number 5, I'm dreaming of being number 4, then number 3, eventually number 1 as a leader. How do men, so men live in a virtual hierarchy. How does this happen? When we are trying to impress each other, I buy a big 4-wheel drive car because I want to move higher in the hierarchy of men. So that when you come driving your Spacio and I park my Prado, people will see that I am higher than you in hierarchy. That's the virtual hierarchy. And you can fall in hierarchy. If your wife slaps you in public, all men who are seeing this will demote you. If you are on hierarchy number 2, even if you are alpha male, they will see this one who is slapped and he doesn't even fight back. You will lose your points. There are things men think make men. If you do not do those things, or if things are done to you and you do not fight back, you will lose your position on the hierarchy. And I will show you why women must appreciate this hierarchy, because it helps you in finding love, it helps you in keeping love, it helps you in managing love. If you do the same, you take young girls to an island, like we did for boys, girls who haven't been affected by society and culture and education, you take them to an island and they stay alone. You come after 6 months, you'll not find them in a hierarchy. You'll find them in caucuses. A caucus of 3, of 5, of 4. Now a caucus is a group of people with similar interests. And this caucus, these female caucuses, you find that this caucus will not be liking that caucus, will be competing with this caucus. The caucus members have the responsibility of voting loyalty for one another. And it is illegal in that caucus context to find that this caucus member is cooperating with another caucus, because it will be betrayal. So women live in caucuses, and this is very good for their future roles as mothers, because they have to fend for their family. Now the family becomes their caucus. All their energies go into this caucus, and they have to uplift this caucus to be better than the other caucus. So men are hierarchical, while women are caucusing each other. So how does this affect the love? You see, in a hierarchy, what matters is respect. Actually, fear is valued more than love, because when people fear you, they respect you. So in love, when you have a lover, this lover will be looking at hierarchy. Where does that put me? Sometimes men look for beautiful women because they want to improve their hierarchy, virtual hierarchy among men. They marry trophy women. Sometimes not just because they love them, but they want all men to stand and say, how did you get this one? How did you get? Then they improve their hierarchy. They become number 3 because they have a beautiful woman. So hierarchy matters for men, but for women, they are focusing in such that, let me first go with men and we will go to men later. So if you want a man to love you, treat him like a king, especially when his friends are around. Don't make him be like, don't belittle him. In fact, they say treat him like a king, he will make you the queen. If, for example, you are at the party and you are tired and you want to go, don't say, let's go, me I'm tired, I have to leave. And you go hoping that he will stand up and follow you. If the other men are there, he will not follow you, because if he does, tomorrow when he comes to the same men, they will laugh at him. They will say you are henpecked. The woman rules you. He ordered you. She ordered you and you left. But if you know that men are hierarchical, you can even say that, you know, sweetheart, you are the one who said we leave at 8. Now it's 8. So if he knows that you are tired, he will say, yeah, by the way, I said we go at 8. He will come and it will look like his decision. So treat him like a king. When you are in public, don't belittle him. In fact, those who are married will know that when you are in a bedroom and you are 2 of you, you can abuse a man, you can even slap him, and he will not beat you, because no one has seen. In fact, most marriages we have failed to bring back after an incident, for example, of infidelity. If you cheat on your husband and people have not known, that marriage has many chances of survival. But if the public has known, it's being discussed everywhere, the chances slim out. Why? Because the hierarchy of the man's position on the hierarchy has fallen. So he expects men expect him to chase you away in order to recover the position on the hierarchy. So men are public people. That is why they thrive better in praise, because praise improves their self-image and position. In fact, that is why even during sex, the natural reaction of a man and a woman are different. A woman will play vanquished and plead for mercy, but a man will play conqueror, because in sex you've conquered, because it is a hierarchy game. Now when we go to women are caucusing. So when they come to love, they are looking for a caucus. They are looking for a caucus where people will be loyalty, and they appreciate love when it is presented as care, while men appreciate love when it is presented as respect. So in caring, if you respect a woman too much but you don't care for them, that's not their perception of love. Women need to be appreciated, because in a caucus they look for appreciation, they look for cooperation. So when you give that to a woman, you will get the best out of them. If you want to get a woman's heart, you need to identify their caucus and then impress their caucus. If a woman's friend appreciates you, your marks will improve. You are most likely going to be impressive to her because her friends think you are impressive. But should her friends start laughing at you, start belittling you, start calling you, pointing out the goofs you make, chances are that the woman will not come to you because her caucus is not impressed. So if a woman has children and you want her for yourself, maybe as a wife, but she already has children, the easiest way is to make her children like you. If her children like you, she will most likely love you because they are her caucus. But if she wants you and her children put up a spirited fight to reject you, you are most likely going to lose that woman. So, if you want a woman, be nice. When you are gifting her, also gift her friends in such a way. Gift her family, her mother, her brothers. Be acceptable to the whole caucus, and you are halfway there. So look for acceptability in the caucus. While for a man, if you are the man, look for acceptability in a woman's caucus. But for a woman, you don't need that. All you need is to pump up his ego and move him a notch higher in his hierarchy. So that's a gender thing. I'll give you an example. At a wedding, when a man knows that his wife is one of the organizers, he doesn't have to struggle. He knows the cake will come where he's seated. All the nice things, the sodas will come. The nice things will come to where she is seated. Why? Because that woman is caucusing. The caucus nature of women will feel that I have to take care of my husband. When you are at her home, when you are in a party, you'll eat the best because she is the one in charge. But when you are a woman and your husband is in charge or your lover is in charge, because you are a caucusing person, you will expect your husband to do the same, to bring all the goodies to where you are. But because the man is a hierarchy creature, he will think that being seen taking the cake to you, taking the soda or a beer or whiskey to you, is playing servant, and he will not do it. Now, the gender factor comes in. You'll be annoyed that the man has not played caucusing, because for you, you play. You say, if I were the one, the other time when I was the one, didn't I bring him cake? Why doesn't he bring cake? Because you're judging him with a female standard. You think that your man should be caucusing, but men are not caucusing creatures. If a man brings you cake, he'll be seen as henpecked, so he will not bring. In fact, when you are taking him on, why didn't I eat cake? You are the chairman. He will say, don't worry, I will buy you cake on the way. But it's not about eating cake, it's about being seen caring for you, which he will not do, because among men, he will lose points. He's more worried than losing points. That is why in your home, a tap will break down, and when a tap breaks down, water might even be dripping, and when it drips, those are high costs of water. A man will come with money to repair that tap, but pass by a bar and meet friends, and they will drink that money, and he will come home broke. Why? Because when he meets friends, he wants to show that he's a man. He will buy them alcohol, he will sit with them, they will say, hey, your wife is about to call you. He will try to prove to them that he's not rushing home by staying longer. Meanwhile, the tap is dripping. And for you, when you hear that he was at the bar buying people alcohol, you say, can I do it? School fees is not paid, the tap is dripping, we have bills to pay, rent is not paid, and he's there drinking alcohol. You will not understand, and you are right, but you're thinking like a woman and getting wrong answers. For a man, the fellow men are not saying that school fees is not paid. Fellow men are not saying that the tap is dripping. Fellow men do not know that the landlord is banjaring. What fellow men need to see is that he has money and is buying alcohol. Then he moves notches higher. For him, that is enough. For you, it is not because you are a caucusing person. So you are likely to say, my husband is useless, because you are judging him using a female standard. In fact, if people knew that, the water has broken down, he will quickly repair it, because men will think, even when you have fed water in your home. Men want to impress other men, even with loving you. Even with the way they relate with you, they love her. If you want a man to love you more, make him a king among his fellow men, he'll make you a queen. If you want your woman to love you more, impress her caucus. Do the caring loyalty. Hate her friends. Do not associate with her enemies. Hate her enemies, love her friends, and you'll hit it. So, learn that we are not the same. We don't appreciate love the same way. And when you are in love with a woman, try to think like a woman. But how do you know how a woman thinks? You can do research, you can study about it, you can observe, but all that takes a lot of time. Because I have done it for you, and I have put it in this book. Instead of doing the observation, instead of studying, instead of doing research, I compiled all of it in here. A whole chapter on sex differences and how they affect our love relationships. Go there and read. But easier still, like and subscribe at Dr. Love 256. Come there, be my guest. I'll always be there. We shall discuss more about love. We shall discuss more about our gender differences. And also, we will answer questions. I am a counselor. I have dealt with so many people. I have returned people who have been off the road back to the main. Try me. You will never regret it. But above all, as I live, do not make a mistake of treating your husband as a caucusing person. I will leave you this example. I bought a music system when I was still young, at a time when they were very new and it was very expensive. When I reached home, I was appalled, I was surprised, I was baffled that my wife wanted us to put it in the bedroom. Me, I wanted it in the sitting room because that is where my fellow men will come and see it, and they know that I have climbed above them in hierarchy. My utility value in the music system was to be seen with what they don't have. But the utility value of my wife was in us caucusing around the music system in our bedroom. So we play soft music, we enjoy it. And for me, I wouldn't enjoy it if other men don't know that I have it. So we clashed. It goes here, it goes there, it goes. And I was surprised that unless she wanted me to bring my fellow men to the bedroom to see it. And she was surprised that I can make my fellow men priority over her, over us. Because for her, the utility value of our music system is in the bedroom where we can play it in the morning. None of us was wrong. We were just different genders. It took me later, studying these gender differences, to learn that if you want to impress, you might have to go in the shoes of that gender. If I want to impress my wife, maybe the music system should go in the bedroom. That is for her 100% utility. But if she wants to impress me, then it should go where others can see it. That is for me, a hierarchical person, 100% utility. So these are the things you need to understand when you are dealing with a man, because you are a woman. When you are dealing with a woman, when you are a man. Like and subscribe. This is the year of love.